Boys, look at this. Big sword, epic background, manly guy, big chest to open, magical, mystical abilities. This looks amazing. And you know what this is? This is Mistfall Hunter. Finally, a successor to Skyrim. What was that? What was that? Not Skyrim? What do you mean this is not Skyrim? Checks notes. Arc Raiders? That's right, boys. This game is not Skyrim. It's actually more Arc Raiders than anything else. Because you see, Mistfall Hunters is actually a PvP, PvE extraction, middle age, magical hack and slash. Did I already say extractor? Extractor game. That's right. Technically, this has way more in common with Arc Raiders than it has with Skyrim. And since this is a PvP, PvE game, we all know what that means. That they're gonna get rid of the PvP and make it into an exclusively PvE game because this is how the world works and this is the end game for, well, pretty much everything as always. In any case, it just launched, and I have to say, this game seems interesting. It does seem like it does have a lot of potential, but is it worth your money just yet? And that is the question that obviously everyone wants to know. And the answer to this is kind of a little bit complicated. It is opening with almost 22k concurrent players, which is actually really good. And it did launch, well, literally yesterday at midnight. And the numbers are still kind of staying, and they are pretty decent. We are not still at the peak, so we're going to see how far does it go. But currently, it is sitting at just roughly 60% positive reviews on Steam. Which does obviously beg the question, is this game good or is this game bad? Because, well, we don't at least have to worry about one thing about this game, that it's woke. It does have a little bit of diversity and inclusivity, but in general, look at this trailer. It is pretty good in my opinion.
As the strings of fate tremble, guild hunters awaken once more. Gilden mist gathers, guild blood pulses, calling forth the fearless. In the hunt for hallowed riches, the greatest.
Oh my god, did you see that? Best game in the world. Boys, listen, look at this.
The greatest.
Oh no, that was a little bit more. Look. There! Right there. Do you see that? Boys, we need to support this game. It is the best game I have ever seen. I have seen many games, but this clearly has the most potential, I have to say. I know good when I see it, and this repeat jiggle physic does have my attention. But in general, as you can see, memes aside, it does look kind of interesting. It does look a bit Dark Soulish, but it's not Dark Soulish really. It's a lot more light on that, and there's going to be a lot of things. We're going to talk about what's in the game mode, but as you can see, the trailer, at least for it, is pretty nice. We're going to see a little bit of diversity coming up, but I mean, as far as I can tell, it's not really that big of a problem.
This threat may not be monsters.
Yeah, so you can be friendly with anyone that you please, or you can be not friendly with anyone. The big plus here is that, unlike Marathon, for example, it is a single player-ish type of thing. And by the way, just here, I would like to say it does look pretty good, okay? Because we kind of have things that make sense, okay? A woman, but she's actually kind of a mage. Here you have two women also, but she's a roguish type character, and this is a bow. You're not getting the typical modern day garbage of, oh, look at this, the berserker's a fat woman. So,
The fallen forfeit all. The law is simple, yet merciless.
Snake mommy. Still would. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's an angle and a half, boys. So, needless to say, the trailer kind of looks okay. It does have your Dark Soul-ish type of vibe. Honestly, this reminds me a lot of Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon, which is a great game, and you should probably play it if you have not. Looking at the gameplay wise, it is a little bit questionable sometimes what you have here, like a basic combat and like stuff like this. This is from Jack's Frags. He has played the game. Look at this. This is like basic combat. This is the reason why people are not that positive about the game, and you can see it on the Steam charts. And I just want to mention the fact that this is almost doing better than Xbox's biggest title in history is hilarious. Get absolute shreked. Go woke, go broke. That's how we do it, Halo. You don't deserve to exist anymore. Just leave it be. The screenshots obviously are kind of prime, not gonna lie. It does look beautiful-ish. There are talent points that you can pick. There are classes that you can choose from, obviously. We got your hot vomins, your still kind of hot vomins, but in a lot of armor. I mean, it looks nice. It looks okay. Okay, there's a lot of stuff like this. It does look like, it does look cool, but the problem is the gameplay. Again, look at this. It's not exactly the most engaging stuff. Third person is kind of nice. Again, this is why it reminds me of Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. If I did not know who made this game, that it was this, I would say that maybe that's the same people who made Tainted Grail, but it's not. Wait, what is it? No, obviously not. Okay. And this is the biggest problem. The gameplay it's okay-ish. And obviously you have your loot system, you have your grays, you have your greens, you have your this, you have your that. The loot system is very basic, obviously. It's just effectively Diablo 4's arrow go up, good thing, arrow go down, bad thing type of deal, which is a little bit boring. But in games like this, the stats don't matter most of the time. What matters really is does the gear actually have like interesting affixes and things like that. You have your bombs, your traps, your potions, and your stuffs, and a lot of things like that. Now, the problem, again, the biggest problem is probably just the fact that the combat is not that great. Needless to say, it doesn't look that bad. They have the blood. They have a little bit of the impact, but it doesn't seem that good. For example, Tainted Grail just does that so unbelievably better than anything else. The impact, the slowing of time, and whatnot. So, this is why people don't like it in general. It seems a little bit floaty, and when you don't find a combat encounter like this, oh, mommy, hell yeah, go, I want to see physics. Let's see. Anyway, there's a lot of walking. There's a lot of stuff like this, opening that takes time because this is technically a PvP game also. So It's like this is supposed to create tension, but there's no real tension to be created. Arc Raiders was massive, and a huge part of that virality, that massiveness that it achieved, was because it was literally God's gift to memehood. The Twitter clips, the YouTube videos, the everything, the TikToks that you could see about it were absolutely amazing. This game probably doesn't have it. I mean, you can currently see some actual real life gameplay. Again, this is from Jack's Frags, and this is how it is. It is kind of slow. So I think they have definitely built on a decent foundation here. And I'm not gonna do the Diablo 4 meme of the bones are good. No, the game's shit. Everything about it is shit. Even if it has a good foundation, doesn't mean anything. And this is kind of the opposite situation. You can see that the art is good, the gameplay idea is there. You just need more. You just actually need to make this a little bit more hefty. Maybe don't display the rewards, maybe don't do this, maybe don't do that. I haven't seen any PvP because I haven't seen this whole video, but as you can see, it's a little bit boring and dull because this is supposed to be an extraction type game. So, having many if of a moments where nothing really happens. This is against the player, by the way. And as you can already see, it's kind of like the combat is kind of there, I guess, but is it really though? Kind of doesn't feel like it. Yeah, this could be made into a good game. This could be made to feel like a really fun, good game. I think they have everything for it, but the fact that they're actually like concentrating on PvP to the begin with doesn't seem that great. The gameplay does feel a little bit slow, even though I personally love slower types of games. I don't like zooming. It does even seem a little bit slow for me, and considering I'm one of those rare people that like actually slower-ish type of games, this is probably going to be a massive problem for a lot of people. A lot of people will not be able. Oh, he's back with the harpy. Oh, she's gone! No, she's dead. Come on. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's some okay. Listen, okay, the game's actually really good if I think about it. 10 out of 10 primo gameplay. I love it. In any case, yeah, you can see it's blatantly visible where the weaknesses are. Again, the talents, as you can see from the screenshots here, are not that honestly impactful. Well, they are impactful, I guess, but they're kind of dull. They're kind of a little bit boring. If the game itself is not really hard, something like 10% more melee damage feels shit. It always does. If a game is hard enough, 10% melee damage is actually a big thing and you want to press that button. But in this case, it just does not look necessarily like that. So I think there's a lot of potential here, but I don't think that this is a game necessarily good enough currently to buy for most people. I think people are going to have fun with it, but if you buy it, you're probably just going to have fun with it for like 2 or 3 hours, and then you're going to get tired of it. Because it's really repetitive, it's not that special. Again, we can literally see the gameplay, right? The trailer was good, and people are actually pretty excited about this. Well, it's PlayStation, so people are a little bit also mad about it because it's not physical. But, that's a different conversation. Yeah, hopefully they do good. I do think that this is probably decent sales for them. I have no idea about the budget, but 22K players, peak Steam, day one from a publisher that this is their, by the way, like biggest game, whatever they have. And the previously was Hellcod, and I don't know about this one. It looks like this had like 5 players. Yeah, it had 5 players. So this is their best published game yet, and the studio itself has not done anything else but this. So, it is what it is. If you're interested in buy it, I personally think that we kind of need to wait a little bit to see how it evolves because they need to get rid of the PvP or make the combat at least feel a little bit more oomph, you know? It feels floaty. It's not good enough currently. Anyway, that's all I got. Mistfall Hunter, interesting game. Would have I would have loved this to unironically be like a potential follow up to Skyrim or a potential replacement for Skyrim. I'm always excited about that, but it was an extraction hack and slasher, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.